What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming at you with another edition of Bardo's Breakdown. Hope everybody's doing well today. A lot of interesting things happening in the NBA and college basketball. Brian Ivory, what's good? What's good? Good to see you. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on, man. We'll get into it. I'm not going to go an hour today because I've got to get on a conference call at 4, so I'll probably go up to about 3:50 or 3:55. So let's get it in, y'all. Let me share my screen here and pull up my first thing that I want to share. And I think we are up. For those on IG, I apologize. Ooh, that's not coming in very well. Okay, let's try it. Let's try this a little bit differently because that didn't come in very well at all. Let me remove that. Jason Haskins, what's good? Hope you guys doing well. The AP Top 25. Gonzaga comes in at number 1, Baylor 2, Kansas 3, Iowa of the Big Ten number 4, Villanova number 5, Houston 6, West Virginia 7, Tennessee 8, Wisconsin of the Big Ten 9, Texas 10, Rutgers of the Big Ten with a big win over the weekend, number 11. Michigan State with a big loss over the weekend. What's up, Dante? Number 12. Creighton 13, Missouri 14, Texas Tech 15, Virginia 16, 17 Carolina, 18 Fighting Illini, the Big Ten, 19 Michigan, Big Ten, 20 Duke, 21 Florida State, 22 Xavier, 23 Ohio State, 24 Virginia Tech, and 25 Oregon. So the Big Ten with 7 teams in the top 25. The Big 12 has 5. Big 12 has 5 in the top 15, I believe. Texas Tech, Texas, West Virginia, Kansas, and Baylor. So in terms of top heavy, Big 12 represented. ACC has 5 teams in the top 25. The Big East has 3. So there's your AP Top 25 today for college basketball. So Big 10 coming in with 7. And some big games over the weekend, guys. I don't know if you were paying attention. That's why I'm trying to bring you up to speed. Big games there. So that's your top 25. In college basketball, the headlines, Gonzaga beats Iowa 99-88. I thought this game would get into the hundreds, but Gonzaga just 1 point shy of that. Looked really good. Jalen Suggs, the outstanding freshman point guard for Gonzaga, goes for 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Iowa forced him into 7 turnovers, but it didn't seem to matter. Luka Garza, it was Luka Garza, like 30 points and 10 rebounds. But that juggernaut of Gonzaga is rough and tough to beat. North Carolina beats Kentucky 75-63. Now, what's the significance of this? This is the 5th loss in a row for the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky is 1-5 to start the season. This is the first time they've been 1-5 since 1926. So Kentucky fans going through it, and going through what a lot of college basketball fans go through is the ups and downs of their programs. A lot of programs, I don't know if Duke or Kansas, I know they haven't been 1-5 to start their seasons recently. You'd have to go back to some of the early Mike Krzyzewski days at Duke, and I can't remember when Kansas started 1-5. So this is a big deal in college basketball. Kind of shows you, what's going on. Jason Haskins, what's good? We'll get to that in a minute. Northwestern surprisingly beats Michigan State, and ladies and gentlemen, the final score was 79-65. The game wasn't that close. It didn't. At no point in the second half did you think Michigan State was going to challenge Northwestern. Based on, I watched the whole second half. That 3-2 zone of Northwestern stymied Michigan State. Northwestern battled on the glass. They did not allow the Spartans to get out on the break, which the Spartans love to do. Spartans really did not, they couldn't figure out that matchup 3-2 zone of Northwestern, and Northwestern was impressive. Boo Buie had 30 points and 4 assists. Watch out for him. Very talented guard for Northwestern. He had some breakout games last year. He was injured a little bit, but this year he has really picked up his game. Malik Hall, 10 points, 9 rebounds for the Spartans, who it looked like Joey Hauser had like a little knee injury that kind of kept him in and out of the game in the second half, but Spartans really could never get going on offense, and Northwestern took advantage. Excuse me, these dust mites are killing me, y'all. Straight killing me. And then Rutgers. This is not a surprise to me. I kind of predicted this in the Flying Illini report that I do once a week talking about the Fighting Illini. I said that Rutgers would probably win this game, and they did, 91-88. They put 91 on the Illini. Ron Harper Jr. might be the hottest player in the Big Ten Conference right now. He had 28 points to go along with 9 rebounds. Ayo Dosunmu put up 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. But it was in a losing effort. And if you want me to go a little bit deeper on the Illini, I suggest you check out the Flying Illini report. I single that. What's up, Leon Rogers? I basically put a lot of the analysis and focus on the Fighting Illini. I put that in the Flying Illini report. I'm just going to skim over this because I've got to get to college basketball talk and NBA talk in this particular show because my schedule is heating up, as you guys can imagine. And I was going to try to put Monday and Tuesday for Bardo's breakdown, college basketball Monday, NBA Tuesday, but the games are coming fast and furious, and so I've got to try to combine these. So if you want more specific Fighting Illini talk, then we can get into that maybe a little bit later in this show if I can get to everything. So be patient with me, if you would, please. But those are the college basketball headlines. Gonzaga beats Iowa 99-88. North Carolina beats Kentucky 75-63. Kentucky is 1-5 for the first time since 1926. Northwestern really pounded Michigan State 79-65. The game was never in question in the second half. Northwestern dominated the Spartans in that. And Rutgers with an impressive home victory over the Fighting Illini, 91-88. Ron Harper Jr. may be the hottest player in the Big Ten Conference. So that is it for college basketball highlights. Let me get to my people. I got some comments here. What's up, Donovan Lane? Good morning, good evening from Singapore. My man, Mamela, Bardo's Breakdown Tribe member, what's good? Carol Popoket, I was listening to your podcast from earlier. Missed it live, which is okay. No, this is live. The podcast doesn't come live, Carol. This is the only thing that I'll do live. The Players Club podcast and the Flying Illini report I record and then post. This is the only thing live, so you didn't miss anything. Good to see you as always, Carol. Start of the season tomorrow, and college basketball is underway. Drop the science. What's up, Lester McCarroll Jr.? Good to see you. Always appreciate your support. What's going on with the Orange Crush? What did you see? O.J. Smith. Funny how Calipari is struggling now that he doesn't have any one-and-done prospects, says B. Houston. He may have some. He may have one or two. But, yeah, Kentucky's struggling. And they're dealing with the rest of what college basketball deals with, the ebb and flow of your recruits and the college basketball season in general. Carol says, Iowa took too many threes. They had enough time to feed the ball to Garza. I think Iowa had 3 start offensive possessions with Garza without touching the basketball. You know what, Carol? I never think that Iowa has a problem scoring. They don't have a problem scoring. Where their kryptonite has been is on the defensive end. I didn't expect. I thought this game, both teams were getting the hundreds, so I wasn't surprised by the score. And Garza had 30 and 10. Iowa can score. Wieskamp had 20. They can score the basketball, but can they defend on a consistent elite basis? That's always been the question. But this is a great game for Iowa going against the number one team in the country. Daryl, 3368, thanks for joining. Willie Winky Williams, what's up, bro? Looks like Adam Miller is losing playing time. What do you think my fellow Peorian needs to do so he can stay on the floor? Well, I'm glad you asked this, Willie. A lot of people got really hyped on the early numbers of what Adam Miller was doing. Now, I take nothing away from North Carolina Central and Chicago State, but they're not Baylor, Missouri, Rutgers, right? These are elite programs. Baylor's going to contend for a national championship, barring injury or something or unforeseen happening. If they're healthy and they're playing well, Baylor can contend for a national championship. No loss in that. Missouri will be at the top of the SEC conference. Veteran ball club. They always play well against Illinois. No harm in that. Rutgers is going to be a top 15 team in the country. No harm in that, right? But Adam Miller, he got a lot of love early, but he comes back to the pack because what you see are teams game planning for him, right? And so freshmen, when they come in and everything's fine, everything's working well, they look great. But then when teams game plan against them and take away their catch and shoot or going left, then freshmen look like freshmen. So Adam Miller is just going through what freshmen go through, Willie. When you make the jump from high school to college, I know a lot of people in the basketball world overlook college basketball, but these guys are on scholarship for a reason. They can play. And Adam Miller, like a lot of freshmen, are going to have a period of adjustment. He's going to be fine, but he's got to learn how to play, one, in Underwood's system, and two, he's got to learn how to be effective at the college level. Not that easy. Aaron Janoski, by the way, it's official. I tore my MCL. DePaul going to finally start their season. How good is Gonzaga? They dropped it on Iowa. Aaron, sorry about your MCL tear, brother. Speedy recovery to you. It looks like DePaul has come out of COVID protocol, and they will be starting up their season. So give DePaul at least 2 or 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, before you see anything concrete. Excuse me. It's crazy that typically when you have a deep frost of 32 degrees or lower, all the other algae go away. But dust and dander kick up in houses. I don't know what it is. That's what's bothering me. I don't have COVID. I'm good. It's just my allergies. So don't be alarmed. Give DePaul, yes, DePaul's going to start up again. Give them a couple weeks. They've been in COVID protocol, so it's going to take them a while to get back. Gonzaga's number one team in the country. They got 61 out of 64 possible first place votes in the AP top 25. They are the real deal. So no surprise there. Okay. Octavia Florence Snulligan, what's going on? Octavia, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. ILL, I'm glad I didn't miss anything. Thanks for letting me know. Coach Dave Davis, do you think Kentucky will be better when they get Keon Brooks back? He's a player from my area and has great upside. Coach Dave Davis, Kentucky would be good when anybody gets back. At 1-5, it's a little hard to imagine. They lost talented players. They lost guys to the draft like they do every year. Maybe they weren't able to replenish. I'm sure Keon Brooks would help. I haven't specifically honed in on him, Coach, so I don't know what he would bring. But if you say he would help, anything would help Kentucky right now. Needed to word it differently. I meant down the stretch when their threes weren't dropping at all. It was a 2-possession game. If you're not hitting your threes, drop it to the big man. Says Carol Poquette. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that, Carol. But Iowa, they're an inside-outside team. And sometimes they knock down the three, sometimes they don't, but they're going to still keep shooting. What's on your thoughts? Michigan State's lost to Northwestern. Matt Gertzmeyer, good to see you. Nikki Lane Perkins, what's good? Nikki, good to see you on here. Northwestern can play. I've been saying this since the season started. The Big Ten is as deep as I've ever seen it. Maybe not when I was playing, but close. The Big Ten is deep. Northwestern has a bunch of freshmen and underclassmen that got their butts kicked last year in the Big Ten. They don't want to get their butts kicked anymore. So they're playing. They learned some lessons. Pete Nance looks different. Boo Buie dropped 30. He can drop 30 on anybody in the conference. That's how talented he is. So I want you guys, when you're looking at these results from the Big Ten this year, there's no flukes. There are no flukes. These teams are good. Watch Nebraska. I'm doing Nebraska and Wisconsin tomorrow. Wisconsin is a juggernaut. But Nebraska's got some talent. They just had a kid, Delano Banton, 6'8" point guard who had a triple-double in their last game. He had a triple-double. He's a 6'8" point guard, ladies and gentlemen. So the Big Ten is rough. So don't look into these games like, oh, wow, Northwestern beat Michigan State by 14. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Let's see. What about Illinois' loss to Rutgers? You give up 91 points in a conference game on a top 25 team, you're going to get beat. Illinois got a foul issue. They've got a big-time foul problem issue in their losses. They put hold on, I wrote it down. Go to the Flying Illini report if you want more detailed information on that, on the Fighting Illini, but I wrote this down. Again, Baylor shot 24 free throws. Not bad, but not great. Baylor shot 24 free throws. Missouri was 26 of 31. Of the six of the 7 players in the Missouri game for Illinois, 6 of the 7 players that played double-digit minutes had 4 or more fouls. 6. So Missouri was 26 of 31 from the free throw line. And then in the loss yesterday to Rutgers shot 25 of 36 from the free throw line. Of the starting 5, 4 of the players had 4 fouls. And Andre Curbelo played 16 minutes. He had 5 fouls. I was a defensive player of the year in the Big Ten in 1989. I think I played, I got to go back and look this up. I played about 110, 112 career games at Illinois. I think I fouled out of 1 or 2. And I'm guarding Glenn Rice, Danny Manning, Chris Morris, Steve Smith, Jimmy Jackson. I'm guarding pros up and down the line. And I'm defensive player of the year. And I don't foul out. But these guys, yeah, I just read the numbers to you. 4 out of the starting 5 had 4 fouls. You can't win like that. So that's what happened at Rutgers. Kenny McReynolds, what's good, brother? Nikki, hold on, Nikki. Lane Perkins, hold on. Nebraska is an interesting team. I'm not saying they're going to beat Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin in that matchup. But what I'm saying is Nebraska's talented. Northwestern's talented. Penn State is talented. Those are supposedly the 3 bottom teams in the Big Ten. They're all very, very talented. So that's the difference this year. Let's see. Woo, this thing lit up on that, didn't it? Hold on, lost my place here. Marvelline Dan Pierce says, make Iowa play defense. They can't play both sides of the up at an elite level. Pass the ball, screen, beat them off the ball, make the Hawkeyes move. Just my thoughts. Marvelline, you're not far off because Iowa can score with anybody in the country. They've got a lot of depth this year, even though Fran McCaffrey doesn't seem as confident yet with going a little bit deeper, but they do have pretty good depth. The only thing that has been the question mark over the years and with this particular Iowa team, can they defend at an elite level? Willie asked, who do I see in the NBA Finals? That's coming up here. Excuse me, y'all. Woo. Apologize. My allergies are killing me. We're going to get to the NBA here really quickly. Want to go through the college basketball questions real fast, and then we'll get to the NBA. Mr. Walls, 71, B Houston 34. What's good, y'all? Let's see. Son and I were talking last night about who's the worst team in the Big Ten. Pick 'em. Correct. Joe Stovall, Illinois cannot guard on the perimeter. Teams that can turn the corner and attack the paint will always have a shot beating the Illini. Underwood has to mix more zone if he wants to protect his perimeter players. Joe Stovall, ladies and gentlemen, always comes strong, and he's very knowledgeable about what he's talking about. If you go back and watch the Rutgers game, you'll notice that when DeMonte Williams got in foul trouble, the Illini chose to use Georgie Bashanis-Vili to guard Ron Harper Jr. That was a mistake because Ron Harper Jr. was like licking his lips and his eyes got big as saucers. And just what Joe Stovall said, he beat Bashanis-Vili to the hole a couple times, also got a foul. So the mix of perimeter defenders for the Illini, they're handsy. They commit a lot of fouls. Joe makes a great point. So dribble penetration, containment has been an issue for the Illini. Very good point as always, Joe. Jason Haskins, if the Illini are constantly in foul trouble, how much does coaching play a role? Are guys out of position a lot? Are they reaching a lot? I think guys, they want to play an aggressive style of defense, but they haven't learned how to play that aggressive style of defense without fouling. Rutgers plays an aggressive style of defense as well. They don't foul as much. Rutgers hasn't played the competition yet, in my opinion, that the Illini have faced. Rutgers hasn't faced a Baylor or even a Missouri type, in my opinion. I think Missouri's a little bit better than Maryland at this juncture of the season. Pardon me. So the Illini have faced some elite competition. So what Joe Stovall and what Jason Haskins say are spot on. And so I think the Illini need to go back to practice, defend without fouling, because in practices, typically you allow teams to be a lot more physical than you are in the games because you want to develop that physical culture. But you've got to have guys that can adjust when they see the way the whistle's being blown. The Illini have not done a very good job of adjusting on the defensive end yet. But I expect them to improve on that because now when you get in the Big Ten Conference, if you put a team on the line 25 to 30 times, you're not going to win that game. You're not. Camilla Ranson, I hope I said that right. Good to see you. I think this is your first time on. Welcome, Bardo's Breakdown. Thanks for joining. All right, let me get to if you guys don't have any more questions about the college basketball, I'm going to flip over to the NBA really quickly. Okay, I was just reading what Carol was saying. She's talking about a flagrant foul in that game. So let's take a look at the NBA headlines. Lakers and Kyle Kuzma agreed to a 3-year, $40 million extension. The Utah Jazz and Rudy Gobert agreed to a 5-year, $210 million extension. The Bucks lose a 2022 second-round pick for a botched Bogdanovich trade. So the Bucks got caught tampering, being in touch with Bogdanovich and his agent before free agency started, which happens all the time. I don't know why they're getting dinged when everybody else does it. I don't know why, but maybe the Bucks were a little bit lax in their communication or their style of covering up what they do like the rest of the NBA does, but they got dinged for that. Ben Simmons of the Sixers he's still available for any trades. And I love Doc Rivers. I love Elton Brand. I'm not a fan of Daryl Morey. But there's got to be something there that I'm missing because I'm thinking Embiid is the issue. But if the Sixers are willing to trade away Ben Simmons like this, then he must be the issue. But we'll have to see. Disappointed about Kuzma, but I think the Lakers didn't move him fast, says Nikki Lang Perkins. Nikki, I think the Lakers are getting Kyle Kuzma ready for a trade because, to me, 3 years, $40 million extension for a guy that has the type of upside that Kuzma has, that's to get him into a good contract that can be easily moved. Don't be surprised the Lakers move Kuzma. It's only been 10 weeks since the Lakers won the NBA title, and now we're coming back on opening day tomorrow night. So let's see how the Lakers bring back their guys, bring back their stars, bring back LeBron, AD. How heavy will the minutes be? We'll have to see. And then I got this top 10 power ranking, NBA power ranking from NBA.com. So let's take a look at it real quickly. They've got the Lakers 1, the Bucks 2, the Nuggets 3, the Clippers 4, the Heat 5, the Nets 6, Jazz 7, Celtics 8, Mavericks 9, and Raptors 10. Let me do that again. 1 Lakers, 2 Bucks, 3 Denver Nuggets, 4 Los Angeles Clippers, 5 Miami Heat, 6 Brooklyn Nets, 7 Utah Jazz, 8 Boston Celtics, 9 Dallas Mavericks, and 10 Toronto Raptors. Let me get your thoughts on those guys. I'd be curious to hear what you think on that. Shin Kerr official, what's up, Shin? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Isn't it amazing that most of these teams look completely different almost every year? Even the champions revamped their rosters year to year. Yeah, Jason, it's competitive business, man. People trying to win. They're trying to get it in. Hill Chandler 53. What's good? Good to see you on here. Carol says, I'm very surprised the Lakers signed Kuzma to a 3-year contract. Don't be surprised, Carol. They'll move him. He will be moved. That's my opinion. That's what I think. I think they're trying to make him attractive to another franchise. LeBron's presence has stunted Kuzma's growth. It would be beneficial for him to be on another team, says Lester McCarroll. All right. I totally disagree with that. Lester, here's why. Let's take Talen Horton-Tucker. Let's take Talen Horton-Tucker and Kyle Kuzma. All right. Kyle Kuzma was with the Lakers before LeBron got there. So when the best player in the world comes to your franchise, what do you do? Do you ask LeBron to be his rook, even though you're not a rookie, and not beat LeBron at the gym, beat LeBron to the gym? Hey, LeBron, how do you think my game could get better? I guarantee you Kyle Kuzma has not done that. Talen Horton-Tucker has. You all saw in the last the second preseason game, Taylor Horton Tucker had 33 points and I believe 10 assists. Got playing time in the playoffs, not a lot, but a little bit. Got playing time. Now, I guarantee you, Taylor Horton Tucker beat LeBron to the gym. Didn't meet him there, beat him there. Been working on his game, been soaking up as much as he can. Kuzma doesn't do that. Meredith Evans was good. Good to see you. So I think, if anything, even if LeBron plays your position, when the best player in the world comes on your team, you do everything you can to assist that player. You do everything you can to learn from that player. I guarantee you Kyle Kuzma has not done that. He's gotten worse since LeBron has come on that team. So Lester comes strong all the time. And I love to disagree with the tribe. That one I disagree with. Carol says, I think Ben Simmons and Embiid have a problem with each other. I can see the Sixers trading either one. Yeah, you're probably right. I still think I would move Simmons before I'd move. I'd move Embiid before I move Simmons. That's just me. Caesar agrees with you as well, Romy. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. So yeah, that's the NBA. Those are the NBA headlines as well. I just want to give you all a quick one today. I know we didn't go very long, only 30 minutes, but college basketball has kicked in. These dust mites and allergies are giving me fits. I don't see any other questions. And so this will be the quickest Bardo's breakdown I've had in quite a while. But I posted my schedule. I wish I could post it here for the week. But check out any of my stuff. I've posted it. Make sure you check me out this week in the games. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'm going to do some pregame sauce, postgame beverage. Thank you, Meredith Evans. No, Carol, I don't have a game tonight. I have tomorrow I have Nebraska at Wisconsin on FS1. So check out the schedule. Thank you for joining in. Love you guys. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. Please enjoy the holidays and be safe. Love you guys. Peace.